Okay, good morning. So hopefully my microphone's working. It wasn't just a second ago, which I'm glad I checked for. Any issues, just let me know in the comments. Let me just add the microphone into my order. Okay, so we've got microphone on that screen as well. Okay, so let's get cracking. Sorry about that. I've just been setting up a KVM on my monitors so that I can switch between two computers, and where I've been plugging in HDMI cables and taking them out and reorganising things, I think my microphones and my inputs have moved around. Any problems, give me a shout. Oh, thanks for your confirmation, Charles. Good morning back to you as well. So I'm glad you can hear me. Okay, so today is the 22nd of November 2024, and we're going to go through the trading plan and today's levels. Got some good levels to watch. Before we start, let's look to see what news could potentially move the market. In fact, I keep forgetting about my little indicator I've built. This tells us what the news is going on, which I keep on the order flow screen as well. So we've got high priority news coming in, or high volatility news coming in at 9:45. This is PMI, and then we've got some lower impact news throughout the rest of the day. And how does that coincide with TradingView? It's a bit different. Depends on where your sources come from. See, the source I've got, which I download, says it's high volatility. TradingView says it's medium volatility. So take their own volatility by a pinch of salt. But it's pretty much there. So that's it. So just keep an eye on 9:45 just after the market opens for any volatility in the market. Reason I have this indicator on my chart, it tells me if there's news coming up, and if there is, then I can get out of a trade. So going on to looking at the charts now, we are looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and we're on the 1 hour time frame. So I like using the 1 hour time frame purely because it gives me a larger overview, noise free overview of the market. Lower time frames are great for entries, but I like the hour because it lets me find the areas we're watching for, and then I go down onto a lower time frame to fine tune the area. Just waiting for my pen to load. I've got a hotkey on my keyboard. Hopefully that's just loaded it, which we'll see in a second. I see it doing something. So basically we're smack bang between a couple of levels I'm watching. Today's pre-market high, pre-market low. I'm watching these regions here for break and retest of either. And then here's my pen. So I like to draw it in. So watching pre-market high, this level here around 59. Let's go to yellow, 59.75 for the break and retest long. I'm also watching pre-market low, 59.40. So these are my trades I watch every day. And then potentially, if we can get out over this yesterday's high, we've got where's all? Oh, I've got my back testing screen on. Let me just go back to my normal setting. I say it's missing all of my indicators daily. Hopefully that looks better. So I've been back testing another strategy. Well, more to fine tune my own strategy. I've had 3 or 4 losing days this month, more than I normally have. So, or more than I'd like, of course, and I'm just trying to see whether I can get some better fine tuning using the 15-minute chart, which is why I'm on the 15-minute chart, instead of using the 5, the 2, 5 and the hourly. So I'm going to keep an eye on the 15-minute. I've got an idea, I've got a plan I put together. Where's my notes? Here. This is kind of how I try to come up with my new ideas before I put it into plan. I use little post-it notes on the screen. So I will change that to 2 trades, well 1 to 3 because I'm looking for a break even. So 1 to 3 trades maximum I want to make a day. 2 losses and more. At the moment I'm walking after 3 losses, so I want to minimise my red days further. If I win one, then I walk, which I generally do. I'm trying to use the 15-minute for confirmation or for entry, and then I want to break even. So if the price is not going right, there's no follow through, or it's not moving, or it's too volatile, then I want to get out at break even. My exit rule I'm working on at the moment, but that will most likely be at my targets 3 and 5R, or I'm going to start trailing 3 and 5R, fine tune that. And I'm not sure which one, probably the 5-minute R trail. And then I want to use my 15-minute, I've written that down as well. And then I'm watching for the 10 AM reversal areas as well, because I've been going through the 15-minute chart. Around 10 AM seems to be the days where it sweeps up, triggers people in, takes people out, and then continues on the trend it's doing. Or I'm going to look for my continuation trades, which is what I like, the break and retest of pre-market high and yesterday's high. So that's kind of my strategy, but I'm just trying to fine tune it a little tiny bit. Yesterday, well, it should have been a green day yesterday. I ended up on a losing day, but I've been having issues with my Rhythmic account. I'm not sure why. So I had 2 losing trades and 1 winning trade, and that should be a 1R. That should be a 1R winning day, but in fact I was down about 2R in the end. So I need to keep an eye on that today. So I don't look at my P&L, so I don't notice any issues until after I check. So a bit frustrating. So let's go back to the levels. So the levels I'm watching today, like always, break and retest of pre-market high, pre-market low. I'll probably look for a rejection in this area. So we've got volume coming in over here on the profile, volume profile. We've got a couple of pivots at area confluence, tops, bottoms of candles, and then a bit of a hoo-ha there where we tried to make a low, then the buyers came back and then the sellers came back, and then we came back and retested it yesterday as well. So that's a good area to watch, and I said hopefully somebody took that trade. I said keep an eye on that area. Didn't quite hit my alert. I really wanted a little bit higher than that, but that was a good bounce down here as well. So basically same levels we're watching are still in play, but what I'm seeing a little bit more bullish today because we're putting in these highs. I think my CPU's at 100% because when I CPU my pen doesn't play up properly like this, and it's probably because I reckon it's got something to do with the scripts I've been building recently. And then we're putting in this bit of a bull flag here. So that's why I quite like the break and retest of pre-market high, 59.75 long, and then the break and retest of pre-market low, and then we've got the zones we're watching at the bottom and the top. Let me just see if I can close something because there's a few things not quite. Give me 1 second. I think it's time for a reinstallation of my operating system. So closing my interactive brokers. Sorry about this. Let's close the Discord just see if anything frees up some CPU. It's TradingView actually. It says here TradingView's taking up all of the processing power. And I've got a very powerful PC as well. Look, my PC is like a that's like 96 gigs of RAM. I'm definitely not running out of RAM. I've got 11th gen i9. Is that 8 core, 16? I think it's 8 core and 16. Here we go. Now it's all moving now because I've closed down interactive brokers. I can't remember what it is now. 16 logical processors, 8 core, 2.5 gig. It's fairly adequate, 96 gigs of RAM. So it's not like it's a slow PC, but maybe it just needs a bit of a reinstall. I use it for development as well. Okay, so let's just get back to the levels and we move on. Sorry about this. And now Epic Pen doesn't seem to want to work. Let's just reload. Why won't that to reload? So we're kind of we came in, we've broken the high, we were kind of watching this area for a bounce, and I tried that bounce yesterday twice and it went through, as you can see. And then finally I got the bounce down the bottom of here as well. So I did get a bounce, but not where I wanted it yesterday. I did say in the pre-market video, that if we were looking for a break and retest, it's a higher risk bounce, and that's exactly what it was. So today I'm looking for the break and retest of pre-market low long over yesterday's high into this region of potential overhead supply, and we've got this region here, 6,000 all the way down to 59, 59.80, 59.89. I think that area there. So just keep an eye on. I think the pen's almost loaded. Everything's just go slow today. I don't really want to keep rebooting my PC, but it looks like I might have to do that. So this region here is our rejection area. You can see we rejected it pretty well yesterday, and then we can watch yesterday's low for the bounce again, but also keep an eye on this region here for the bounce as well down here. So that's basically my levels. Sorry about the slow computer today. I'm going to sort that out over the weekend, get it sorted once and for all. Looking at SPY, hang on, let's just go over to order flow, because there's a bit of a divergence going on right now. So you can see we've got the price edging upwards and then now sideways, and then look at the cumulative delta increasing, and then it's just been going down. So basically we've got the price is holding, the sellers are selling, and potentially we could be looking at a bit of a reversal right now. We are in that little bit of a hourly bull flag, so potentially we could see a bit of a push down, but we're absorbing the sellers right now, so we may see a breakout over pre-market high. So let's just keep an eye on that, but until we see what movement the market goes, I'm going to be waiting probably today until 10 AM, and once I get over the news at 9:45, and then hopefully get a firm direction what the market wants to do, try and catch a continuation trade. Let's move back down into, and then obviously there's nothing else really to see. You can see 5-minute, 10 range footprint charts just all over the place. The only thing of interest is the cumulative delta divergence, looking at this bottom corner, and there's no major volume. 6,000, which you can expect there to be some volume sitting at 6,000, but not much. So again, we won't know this until the market opens. Okay, let's move on to SPY next, and then we'll just have to quickly revisit the ES afterwards. Hopefully my things start speeding up. SPY is exactly the same. So we've got this nice rejection we had yesterday. Again, hopefully somebody took that. Beautiful rejection there. It was a bit late for me. I think that's at 2 PM, 3 PM yesterday, market close area, but I was like to only trade the first 2 hours. In fact, on that checklist, I need to add back. Where's the checklist gone? The amount of time I want to trade. So 11 AM Eastern time, stop trading. Maybe no later than 11:30, so I really want to give myself 90 minutes to 2 hours maximum. That is my plan, but sometimes it's nice to sit on a post-it note in front of you rather than in a document. So SPY, pre-market high and low, break and retest of them, and then we can potentially watch a rejection. Yesterday's high, but then we've already rejected it once, and the second time won't be as powerful, so maybe use that as a scalp. And we can watch for a break and retest over yesterday's high into the point of control down at 505.98, that area there, and that's our rejection area as well. And then bounce wise, we can watch all of this region down here. It's quite a tricky area, so all of this region for bounce. This is the main area to watch. 586, 585 for a bounce. And then we've got these higher risk areas. Yesterday's low is a higher risk area, and I'm probably going to start clearing out some of the levels in between. Just really want to play major levels on the hourly. And I think, yeah, we can watch yesterday's low as well for a bounce, and I'm going to get rid of that one because that's not valid anymore. And I think that's it. Yesterday's low is also a volume spike as well on the volumes profile, and it's around about 587, 588. SPX levels are still the same. Look at that, look how it's just come up into that level, came down. You could have caught that yesterday. So that's why the levels are still good, still honouring the levels, honoured it there, and look at that, couldn't even get below that level. So what was the ceiling became the floor, and then obviously we rejected up there. So we can watch that area again. We could just be looking to consolidate for a bit because we have got a lot of moving averages getting ready to catch up as well. The 200, the 50, the 8, they're all quite extended at the moment. So maybe we might see the hourly just consolidate, eat time off the clock before we make the next move up. So keep an eye on these levels. Like I said, ES I don't trade it, but if I'm looking to go short, say I'm up here on ES and I'm looking to go short, I don't want to be going short if SPX has already gone through 6,000 and coming into that level, because that's a bounce area rather than a rejection area. So I keep an eye on that. We really want as many things lining up as possible. NQ still honouring this daily trend line. We've got the blue line at the bottom drawn in here. So that's our daily trend. Break and retest a pre-market high, pre-market low, still on the cards. I like pre-market low the most, but I really want to see it get over yesterday's high, come back into this region, and then up into this area. Look at this void of volume. So until we get up to 2160, then we've got this void, which I think we can get above. And if we get another one of those days where we just run up, trend up, then let's keep an eye on NQ for the trend. I'm going to put an alert in there. I do quite like that long. And then obviously we've got the bottom area, yesterday's low for the bounce. QQQ. Exactly the same. Break and retest. Pre-market highs. Bear in mind we've got yesterday's high just above. But if we can get out over yesterday's high, we've got a lack of volume up in that region until we get up into this 510 area. So let's watch 510 for the rejection, and then 500. 500. I meant this area here for the bounce. That's really the only two areas to watch. Oil. So the levels are still good. You can see big areas of confluence. So we said, even though we broke through it there, came up, we hovered here, hovered, broke out, the next level came down, bounced from that level, came up, touched the top level, came down, now come back up into that level. So still looking good, and potentially we could be looking at a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. Let's see how this forms. If we get to see it do this, then potentially we can watch for the break and retest of the neckline short. I've got reducing volume as well, whilst the price is increasing, so that is a bit of a divergence. So potentially looking at a reversal, and we're coming into this area of volume as well, around 70 to 70.50. So let's keep an eye on this. We can watch yesterday's high for potential rejection, but if we get over that, then we can say we're going to continue this trend up, and then we can watch for the break and retest of pre-market high, or even the pre-market low as well. Gold, glorious gold. Now look at that for a nice trending level. So we've got this area here. We haven't broken the trend yet. Volume is pretty consistent. There's no signs of it waning. Doesn't look like it's reducing in volume. So I quite like the break and retest of pre-market high. Volume void above that area as well. So look at that. So lack of volume into this overhead resistance area. So we could probably, yeah, I quite like the break and retest of pre-market high to continue the trend, looking strong right now. If we lose pre-market low, see, this is a difficult one now because we haven't broken the trend. If we lose pre-market low, we're kind of holding the trend. But we could watch break and retest a pre-market low, short, higher risk that would be, and then we can watch for bounces again at yesterday's low. Look at that narrow range day yesterday. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low, and then we've had in the post and pre-market more range. So let's keep an eye on yesterday's low for potential bounce. RTY. I do quite like this for the breakout. We're right there at the moment. So watch RTY for the break and retest of pre-market high, yesterday high. And then we've got the point of control as a potential target at 2400, which is a psychological number, a round number. And then if we lose pre-market low, let's watch out for a break and retest short into yesterday's low. And that's basically the only play. I do like the bounce down at yesterday's low, 23.41. YM. Exactly the same, but it's not quite as tight as RTY. We are putting in this potential bear flag. So break and retest of pre-market high into 44,200 area. You can see this area of, oh, that's the wonkiest line I could draw. This area here was the neck, head, and the shoulders from this head and shoulders so-so pattern. So that could be our target, first target, and if we lose that one, then we can watch the previous all-time high area for target 2. And then Bitcoin. Look at that, almost at 100,000. So I've been watching this for a long time. 100,000. I might be looking to take some profit out of my Bitcoin today. I might even just do it anyway. This is an area where we're going to get a lot of profit taken, I imagine. So up here, so we're not far off it. Literally $2,000 from it, and that's, what's that? That's just barely that much of a movement from yesterday. So we're so close. Definitely don't buy up this end. We're so extended from the 20, so extended from the 8, really extended from the 50 and the 200. You know, we need it to come all the way back down, create a bounce area. So that's nothing to trade unless you're taking profits, in my opinion. But you know, it could run on to 200,000. Who knows? But I'm still bullish, and I will be bullish. I really want it to start pulling back so I can start adding to my positions. And then, oh, UK 100. That's fine. That's pretty much done for it. I only really want to look at this in the first hour of the day. I was watching it today. I'm still learning this one, so I look at it every morning just see where it is and see whether I can predict moves, but I'm not trading it yet. And that's pretty much it. Market opens in 4 minutes. Order flow, it's doing exactly as it's consolidating right now. We're just doing nothing, so just going sideways. So just keep an eye on 9:45, see what that news brings, and then maybe I'm gonna start looking for a trade from about 10 o'clock. If there is a trade. If I don't trade, then I won't trade. And I think that's it really. Trade safe, and I will be back live on Monday, 9 AM Eastern time, but I'll be on the live stream as well for a few hours. So any queries or questions, message me on there. Okay, appreciate you watching. Thank you.